Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and welcome back to Stellaris, the Stellar Republic campaign. In Republic news, Starbase Outpost construction has been focused on pushing the boundaries of Republic space. Some have argued that this has come at the cost of gaining access to systems with more resources, but the President argued that the strategic value of the expansion would be of greater benefit in the long run. State funeral services were held in the capital on Earth for the late President Kendros Tyson, who died in office of natural causes at the age of 90. In the ensuing emergency election, Governor Constantia Apos was elected to the office. The war between the Star Compact and the Padishah Empire has continued to be a strategic stalemate. As the war has dragged on, calls have come from within the Federation and from its neighbors to negotiate a peace settlement. Time will tell if the Compact or the Empire can come to any agreement. In further war news, the war between the Sinidian hegemony and the Suth Empire has been much different. The Suth have driven the initial Sinidian occupation forces out of their territory completely. With the Sinidian now on the defensive and their fleet suffering defeat after defeat, it looks like the war may come to an end soon. In a bit of a surprise move, the Dark Imperium has announced that they will be holding a transgalactic Grand Prix, with all nations in the galaxy invited to compete. Some have warned that this is merely a ploy to gain information on the technological progress of the rest of the galaxy. The President, however, has accepted the invitation, and the Republic's team is already preparing for the race. And that's the news. So yeah, hopefully we're going to get that event that'll let us know what happened with the race soon. But we're going to need to proceed on in the meantime. So, at the end of the last episode, I said that I was going to work on fleet reorganization, and I have gotten some of that done. At least what I could with what we had available to us. So, what this is based on a suggestion from some viewers that we break the fleet into smaller, more specialist forces. So we still have the home fleet, which is going to be a more kind of general, fleet with a lot of different capabilities in it. It needs to be reinforced, but we'll get to that. And then I broke up a lot of our destroyers and corvettes into these light flotillas. So they're basically 4 corvettes anchored by a single destroyer that we can kind of use as patrol fleets. And if we need to, we can bring them all together and, mass them as needed. But hopefully, this should allow a little bit more flexibility in working on that. And then we have a couple of what are going to eventually be light carrier flotillas, making up some of our remaining corvettes and destroyers. But they're going to need to be reinforced as well. So if you look at the fleet manager so far, the home fleet is going to eventually have a couple of battle cruisers, a bunch of battleships, and several carriers once we get enough minerals to reinforce them. And these carrier flotillas will have some more destroyers and a light carrier as the flagship of those flotillas. Then I went ahead and I started up a new fleet that is going to be basically just strike cruisers. So we'll have those guys, and those should be under construction. So yeah, they have we've queued in some of these strike cruisers, so that's where all of our minerals got spent. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a bit of a project. The big issue is going to be naval capacity. Now, there were a bunch of leftover corvettes, a lot of them coming from when we absorbed the civilization over here that we enlightened, because they built up a sizable fleet before we integrated them, and so I just had to disband a few corvettes after we got done. No big deal. The corvettes are cheap, easy to build. So if we need more, we can always make more. Let's go ahead and unpause it. And as far as the unspent civic points, I had one call for efficient bureaucracy and one call for Free Haven. So I'm going to have to beat a tiebreaker on that. The Remnant Empires declared the Zeltec Decimators their rivals. Not entirely unexpected. Have I ever actually declared the... I can declare the Kark my rivals. Grants the Animosity Casus Belli. I'm not sure I'm ready to be at war right now, so... The Olenthepios was forced to return because it was in the borders of the Neb hegemony. And they just closed their borders, which means we can't get access to those. Okay. Well, then I'll close my borders to you too.
A declaration of war has been announced.
Alright, hold on just a second. Let's make sure. I think we already have... yeah, borders with Kark are already closed. The Zeltec Decimators have declared war on the liberated human planets. Which are these guys? Which these guys broke away, or were broken away from the Vanuk Marauders. The Dark Imperium has declared the Kark Empire as their rival. Okay, so we now have enough influence to make this change to the government. So let's see what we have here. We have efficient bureaucracy, which will give us +2 core sector systems, which would be very nice to have, but I don't know. And we have Free Haven, which give us alien migration attraction plus 50%. So allow us to get more aliens into the Republic. Now, I don't know if it actually considers the other versions of humans as aliens as well, or they're just, like, sub-races. Let's see. Free Haven is kind of more of an it's going to become more of an RP thing than the efficient bureaucracy. You know, let's go for it. Let's do the Free Haven thing. We should hopefully be able to get more core sector systems at some point. So let's do it. Now, is this the system? Yes, that we were colonizing. End of the liberated human planets. A star nation formerly known as liberated human planets has been destroyed by its enemies. Wow, that was fast. Or were they just reabsorbed by the Vanuk Marauders? They may have just been reabsorbed by the Marauders, which is what looks like actually happened. See, if we look at this, this is an offensive war by the Republic of Naris, and so attacker war exhaustion. That's flipped around a bit. Remember when I checked before starting the episode, it wasn't that disparate. They must have done something. Now, as far as these guys, attacker war exhaustion is at 100%, so the Snidian are going to lose.
Construction project concluded. Research concluded.
Alright, what do we got? Oh, gateway travel. New research. Unlocks degenerate matter reactors. Positronic algorithms. Physics research grant. Tachyon sensors. Power Hub 4. Power Hub 4 sounds like something we really want. Now, are all these guys actually in orbit? No, they're not. How are they not docked? Dock, please. Elimination from the space race. The most recent round of the Imperial space race took participants through a thick cloud of space debris, forcing them to rely on their craft's armor to avoid being disabled by collisions. Our craft braved the obstacle course for some time, but its hull was unable to take the punishment, and eventually it was damaged to such an extreme that it had to withdraw. Unfortunate.
Tile blocker cleared.
Okay, where is that fleet, and why is that fleet not...
Construction project concluded.
Enter orbit. Cannot enter orbit. Orbital space is full. Okay. Then fly to Sirius and park yourself there, then. Alright, we have a new tradition. Let's see. Cybernetics? No. I think that one of the things we really probably going to need is commerce. Trade attractiveness. Increase our energy credit production by 5% for every 3 types of strategic resources we have. Up to 5 times, we unlock an ascension perk. What do we get? Economic boom. Our energy credit output is increased by plus 15%, while energy credit gain is positive. That's interesting. Financial reforms. Energy storage capacity is increased. Encourage local economies. Unlock 3 planetary edicts to increase our food, energy credit, or minerals output by 25%. Okay. Trade routes. For every neighbor with whom we have mutual open borders and positive opinion, our energy credits and mineral output is increased by 2.5%, stacks up to 6 times. Each such neighbor also have their energy credit and mineral output increased by 5%. This has no effect on small neighbors, those who have less than 4 planets, while we have at least 4 planets. Okay, that's interesting. Market exchange. Unlocks building market exchange. Alright, we're going to adopt the commerce stuff. Let's do it. Okay, so this is going to be the first strike cruiser flotilla. Okay. And you guys are Alpha Centauri, that's fine. The space race is concluded. Today, the fabled Imperial space race concluded its final round. A grand closing ceremony took place on Omegas, with human warlord Audrey Masterson herself congratulating the winners. First place and a precious metal of pure osmium was won by the team from the Unteos provisional government. Second place and the rhodium medal were awarded to the team from the cooperative of Arvoth. Finally, third place went to the team from the Vimian Union, which received the iridium medal. We were eliminated long before winners were decided and earned no medal of fame. The race was a unique opportunity for all participants to hone their engineering skills and test themselves against alien cultures. Good race, everyone. We get 1,000 engineering research and 150 society research. Okay. There we go. Unfortunate. But, I mean, I had to choose something, and I went for thrusters. If it happens again, I might go for something different.
Construction project concluded. A declaration of war has been announced.
The Largo directors has declared, or Lorongo directors declared war on the Kark Empire.
Research concluded.
Okay. We have unlocked the Spitfire battleship upgrade, which unlocks component electromagnetic flux cannon, which is a small device, small weapon. New research. I'll take a look at that. Unlocks the Dreadnought. Or the Citadel. Oh, okay. Heavy defense plan. You know, I think we wanted to go with the strategic resources. It's only 2 months. So let's see what that Spitfire bow is. Just out of curiosity. Oh, speaking of, we unlocked a fleet support ship as well, which I haven't done anything with, because as you can see, all it is point defense, which might be nice to have. Maybe one of these. I'll have to design it out, which, you know, won't be that, you know, difficult. We just put some heavy turbo laser on it and then just fill the rest of this with point defense weapons. Look at the surplus. No, we need regenerative hull tissue, and I guess we would go with what? Sublight speed? Accuracy, and support ship are a hull, armor, shield, upkeep, FTL, invasion. Ooh. That's interesting. Shields. Let's go with shields. And armor. I haven't even thought about any of this yet, so see, I probably would have gone with this as the Aegis class, but we already have an Aegis class. I guess this. Okay, we'll just go with that for now. Drop that. Delete. Okay. So what we actually wanted to look at is the battleship, which we should have the Spitfire bow, which is 2 large weapons and a whole bunch of smalls. That's interesting. We have the Spitfire core and the Spitfire stern. And then we have the electromagnetic flux cannon. Specialized high-speed turrets designed to engage nimble corvettes. They have great precision at long range, but struggle against thicker hulls of larger ships. Let's see. Was it 50% shield damage, 50% armor damage, 25% hull damage? Interesting. Not sure I'm actually going to do anything with that, but I just wanted to see what it looked like. Oh, that is a bunch of pirates. Well, they're sitting right in between 2 combatants. Okay, I think we're going to send the home fleet and these guys to the border with the Kark. We can also reinforce the home fleet a bit. Building a carrier. Alpha Centauri Station probably could use an upgrade. Can't afford it. Yeah, I can. Oh, the upgrade's already queued. Never mind. Alright, we have 3 other star bases. Sirius. President Constantia Apos fails to persuade. The Non-Interventionist Council, led by Faithipnos Thanastos, has for some time been highly critical of government policy, creating disunity within the state. Today, in a debate broadcast the entire human population, President Constantia Apos faced the leader of that faction in a debate in an attempt to rebuff the latter's criticisms. However, the attempt backfired, and this person was able to come across as the more convincing. This has further weakened the power of the ruling faction. Worrying. Government ethics attraction minus 25%. Empire influence gain minus 25%. Oh, come on, man. Alright, Sirius Station is going to be going for a shipyard, and we are going to be going for an anchorage. We are going to be putting in, let's see, a crew quarters, deep space black site. Oh, hold on. Communications jammer. Starbase Administrator. Systems Energy Grid. System modifier plus 25% energy. Customs Office. Let's do the energy grid. It's going to cost us some influence. That's okay. And upgrade you to a star hold. Where is this? That is there. These need to be defensive stations. So missile batteries and gun batteries. Martial law edict on Locoli 3 has expired. While the unrest is down to 0, most of the pops are now happy. In fact, we could do some upgrades. There's a geode deposit there. Okay, good. There's also a geode deposit here. Geode mining network. There we go. Oh, and that can be upgraded. There's the Larongo fleet. Esteemed President Constantia Apos, a decade ago, the Stellar Republic pledged to support the Artisan Troop. We're going to maintain our patronage. It's expensive, but we're going to maintain our patronage.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, home fleet. Jason Leinert is the Admiral, I think we're probably going to want the carrier flotillas to be commanded. Jamal Freeman. And Novame. You can apparently reinforce. Go ahead and do it. You can apparently reinforce. Go ahead and do it. We need new engineering research. Unlock section type for heavy carriers. Do it. I don't know if we're going to want to go for a new carrier type, or if we're just upgrade our existing carriers with heavy carrier sections. We'll see.
Initial colonization phase complete.
Alright. Caladan is colonized. Let's go ahead and get... Alright, we don't really want to reduce this habitability much further. So we'll just stick with a standard mining complex and a standard power plant. And a mining complex. And clear that tile blocker. Alright, actually, I looked at this, and the Fleet Manager does tell us this. Our naval capacity, if we fully reinforce, will be 10 over capacity, which we're going to need to fix that, which I'm working on it. We're building an anchorage. It's going to cost us... 30,000 minerals. 32,000 minerals to fully reinforce the fleet. We don't have anywhere near. Alright, well, we'll just keep reinforcing as much as we can. Alright, you have unemployed pops. Well, let's see. Mining complex. What can we build here? See, this has atmospheric hallucinogen. 3 suns. Physics output. Let's do a planetary shield generator. And a magistrate office. Alright, we got Power Hub 4 unlocked. Naquadria Reactor. Sure, let's go for it. Okay, so we have some influence we can spend. Sooth Empire is in this. Are they still at war? They are still at war? I thought that that would have been forced to conclusion not too much longer from now.
Concluded. Construction project concluded.
Alright, science ship. Alright, can you at least get down there and do that research project? Trying to see if there's anything that we can build here. Mining stations. We can't build any of those mining stations right now because we can't use the special resources there.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
I'll get to that in a sec. Mining stations, alright. Core sector systems +1, monthly influence +1, new research. Starbase capacity +2. Engos vapor refining. Let's get the Engos vapor.
Construction project concluded.
Okay. Just keep building ships.
System survey concluded.
Let's see. Naval Logistics Office. Anchorages give +2 naval capacity. Yes, please.
Research concluded.
There's a couple of anchorages here. The heavy carrier section is done. Super carrier section type. Or go for the Dreadnought. Let's go for the Dreadnought. New ship class. So what does that actually do to our ship design? So current carriers have 4 and 4, right? So if I did a new carrier, all right, more pirates. You would have Missile Core 1, Missile Core, Heavy Carrier Missile Core. It adds 2 more hangars. Wow, that would be an interesting carrier. That would be quite the interesting carrier.
Construction project concluded.
I had to think about it. Alright. Auto exploration's been called off. And you can't do any more exploration. Can you even get back? There's no route. That's not true. The problem is the Alright, head back to the Sol system. Experimental subspace navigation. Ah. Interesting. Let's see what happens if I do that. So we got the gate tech to be able to travel through the gates. Let's send a couple of flotillas over here. Oh, we need 5,000 minerals to upgrade it to a full gateway and open the gate. I'm not even sure where this thing goes.
Construction project concluded.
And it could go here, which is right in the heart of Kark territory. That'd be interesting. Because then we could use it as a staging point for an invasion fleet. That's an L gate. There's another gateway over there. So there are any number of places that could go. Alright, let's reinforce that fleet. I think this yellow means that they have ships on the way to reinforce them. Alright, so we're going to have to go ahead and end the episode here. We're definitely going to have to pay attention to this war. The Lorongo are the one that initiated the attack. It looks like the Kark have occupied at least one Lorongo system. I don't know what the relative fleet power is between these two. But we'll see. And with their fleet down there, they could potentially be vulnerable. We have an imposed ideology, Casus Belli. Alright, well, we will think about some things and see what we're going to do next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.